He's on.
Let's get together and let the good times roll. Let's get together, everybody to know. Let's get together. Let's get together.
Good morning, everyone. So what are we doing today? We've got a bit more sowing going on. Today's a little bit different though. We've got a different tractor and a different seeder from last time. So this is a new to us seeder that we bought at a pretty good price around locally. And the major difference to this one is it's a disc seeder. I've got to fix that pipe there. So if you remember on the other one's a tine seeder. These go into the ground, seed comes down the tube there and gets placed just behind it, and then it gets covered with a set of harrows. Whereas the disc seeder is exactly as it sounds, and it's a series of discs that rotate and cut into the ground, and then the seed and fertilizer goes down and gets placed right in there, and then it gets rolled by a press wheel. So the press wheels are a major difference on these machines, because what they do is they just lightly compact the soil behind the seed trench, and therefore you get really good seed to soil contact. It is a major help to establishment. So yeah, we calibrated this yesterday. It took a bit of calibrating. It's the first time we've ever used it, so so I'm just trying to set the depth now and trying to get it angled right so that when the two discs meet, that's when it's going into the ground. And then I've got to set the press wheels. There we go at that.
Let's get together.
So I'm mixing a little, this is ryegrass seed, and I've got to mix a bit of clover seed in with it, so I'm just mixing it in a bucket here. Mixed in. So those little blue seeds are the clover seeds, and then the yellow ones are the ryegrass, perennial ryegrass. So ryegrass likes cooler temperatures, and in our climate, so the winter it should go pretty well. It's only if we have a hot summer. So this is a perennial, so it'll be in here for a couple of years, probably more. But you know, if we have a really hot, dry summer, it'll probably kill it. Alrighty, so a little bit of messing around there on that other little section, just trying to get things right. I ended up switching it to the bigger seed box. That one I was using was a small seed box. It wasn't going out quick enough, so I've just swapped it to the big seed box on the slower setting to see how we go. I'm just doing a hectare to see if it's right now. A little bit of messing around this morning, but that's the way it is when trying new gear. So I think it's going in all right though. You can hardly tell where you've been. I've had to. So another good thing about the GPS is it'll just mark where you've been, and then the next time around you'll see there'll be a set of LED lights up the top there that'll show me where to go. See the green lights at the top of the screen there? So one red light to the left means go to the left a little bit, to the right. You know, I reckon that'll be pretty close by the time I've done half a hectare. It's down to about there. This one had a little bit less in it to begin with.
Fire inside, watch me reach up, pull the sun from the sky. I'm all done waiting for life to arrive. I'm gonna make today mine. Off my feet, now I'm starting to see all that I want's waiting for me. I got this feeling of fire inside. Watch me reach up, pull the sun from the sky. I'm all done waiting for life to arrive. I'm gonna make today mine. Today my
Alrighty, so we're getting along alright. It's a bit slow. It's probably the reason we've been hanging off trying to get this drill set up, because knowing that it'd take a while. It's 1 o'clock and I haven't done very many hectares. With the press wheels and disc angle and stuff. Just a few more things to play with on this seeder, but I think I've got it going in alright now. We'll soon see in a couple of weeks. So this drill's about 3.6 metres wide, which is bigger than our other two. Our other two, the blue one, the aggro drills are 3.3 metres, and the John Shearer, the older green one, is 2.9 metres. So it's a bit of a step up. It's amazing what 0.3 of a metre will do. Your hectares per hour go up. Well, you know, it's a noticeable difference when it may not seem like a much wider machine, but it really does make a difference. It reduces your amount of laps. Like you're thinking you're doing 0.3 of a metre more every lap. So you know, if every 9 or 10 laps there's one lap you don't have to do with the smaller seeder. This is what I have to put up with every time I put the drone up. There's dogs around. That dog, Maggie doesn't know where it's going. Oh dear. Righto, let's try this. Good morning everyone. It's the next morning now. I did come out I went to footy training yesterday afternoon, and I came back out when I got home, but it was sort of nearly raining, and I had to fill up with super, and this DAP is really terrible stuff when it gets wet, so if you can avoid that at all costs, it's no good when it gets wet. It gets real sticky and sticks together, and very corrosive too on the cedar if it gets wet. So I come back out of this morning, it's meant to rain today, that's why I came back out last night to try and get it done, but looks like the rain's holding off for the minute. I think later today it's meant to come in. I've only got a couple of hectares left, so we'll get into it. Here we go. Look at these dogs. They've got the life. There's another paddock zone. The cedar went pretty well, I think. I was pretty happy with it once we got it all sorted out. It took a bit of calibrating and things, but I think it went really well. It doesn't take much pulling. Like that's tractor's only 110-ish horsepower, and it did it really easily. So they certainly take a lot less pulling than the tine drills. But that other 3.3 meter aggro drill makes that Deutz pull, and it's 160 horsepower. So I mean, obviously depends how deep you're going too, but yeah, the disc drills certainly take a lot less pulling. You can see, probably doesn't look very deep to you, but I'd say that's about right for ryegrass and clover. It's not a very big seed, so it doesn't have to go very deep at all, but you know, it's sort of up to there on my finger. Sonny, excuse me, I'm trying to do a video. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one. Tried to make it a bit different to the other seeding video. I try to show a bit of variety. I don't really like doing the same video, similar videos after each other, but let me know if you thought of it anyway. So yeah, pretty happy with the seeder. Obviously the big advantage being a disc drill, so you can see the difference, like hardly any tillage. Even when we're sowing canola down at the other plates, it's a very similar depth, doesn't have to go very deep, and you know, just the biggest advantage of these disc seeders, yeah, is probably the minimal till that it leaves. It doesn't disturb the ground. Because I guess one of the things that you're doing when you're using a tine drill is ripping up that soil structure. And while maybe every now and then it does need ripping up, it can be detrimental to the soil health. But yeah, we'll see. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. It's the first time I've ever used it. So anyway, guys, it's going to be the end of another video. Got to make sure all the fertilizer's out of this now. And anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Alrighty, see ya, bye.